Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play M.A.S.S Builder. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about $25. I stress Early Access, that means the game is still under development, and as such, everything that you're about to see here is subject to change. So I've played this game off camera for about 45 minutes, and based on my play experience so far, this is a mecha style game where you're going to have a mech, you're going to be able to customize it, and you're going to be able to outfit it with different things and then go out and do missions. You're going to earn materials when you do that, and you'll come back and upgrade your mech even more. Now, I've never played Gundam, but based on what I've seen of Gundam, it reminds me a little bit of that. So let's just go ahead, take a look around. There's New Game, Continue, and Options. Under the Options menu, there's some controls here. I'm not going to read this off to you and insult your intelligence or anything like that, but pause the video should you want to see this in greater detail. There's camera settings here, video, screen resolution, anti-aliasing. I have motion blur turned off as I always do. Audio, master volume, sound effects, sliders, all that good stuff. I do have the music off for the sake of the commentary and to prevent copyright issues. One thing I do recommend, and this is completely up to you, but there is this auto lock. Close combat and range combat, by default it is turned on. I found that this makes combat a little difficult for me. Like, basically the game will automatically lock onto an enemy, and you'll be focusing on it while you're being swarmed by other enemies. Like, I'm the kind of guy that likes to go in there, switch targets, and just swing wildly, and get back out, go back in. This auto lock system focuses everything on one target, and I can't, like... It just makes combat a bit awkward for me. So I went ahead and turned this off. So if you find the auto lock system to be awkward, or if you don't find it to your liking, you can come to the camera menu here in the options menu and turn it off as I did. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up where I left off. I only did like 2 missions. I did the tutorial and the mission right after that. Now, the biggest thing about this game is the customization options. There's a lot. I spent 20 minutes on my mech. It doesn't look all that great, but I didn't like the orange, so I got rid of that. So let's just take a look at what you can customize here. There's different frames. You can rename your frame, import, reset data, but you can switch between different frames that you might have. So if you, let's say you like one mech, the way it looks, but you want to try out a different look without messing up your current mech, you can come here. You can create a new mech. Like, here's my main mech. This is the one I like. But let's say I wanted to try an all-black loadout or whatever. I can create a new mech, and there I go. So I've just spawned a new one. I can mess with this at my own leisure without messing up the one I worked on for like 20, 30 minutes. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I like the fact that you don't have to mess up your current selection in order to, try out something new. Then there's armors. Oh my gosh. So these are all the different parts of your mech that you can customize. So for example, if I wanted to change the skeleton, there's assemble, and then there's sub-elements, so you can select multiple sub-elements of this skeleton here. There's eye flare color. There's a little color palette here. You can edit the style, like the color, the pattern, metallic, gloss, glow, opacity. There's a lot, and to be honest with you, it's going to overwhelm you at first because there's so many customization options here. It's like, okay, where do I start? What do I do? That's how I felt when I was trying to mess around with this thing. I eventually got it. So let's say I want to change, I don't know, this shoulder over here. Okay, I can choose either left or right shoulder, and then I can mirror that when I'm done with it. But I can choose different decal elements. There's paint, so if I want to change different elements of that. So let's say I only wanted to change this portion here. So I just select sub-element 1, go to select style, and I can choose a custom one that I've created, or I can scroll down and choose one of these other colors, preset colors here, which is, there's so many to choose from. But let's say I don't like any of those, okay? I can go to, say, custom style 2, I can edit the style, and then I can choose a color for it. I can choose, whatever pattern I want with it. Options, metallic, gloss, glow, and all that. Whoa, that's actually kind of cool. I like that. Okay, I'm a force to be reckoned with. I'll just blind anyone that gets near me. But you get the idea. You can create custom styles in addition to the regular colors that are already there. And again, you're only selecting that one little part. So if I select style, so you can see the shoulder blade on the right there is turning colors as I'm adjusting just this. So you can edit so many different parts of your robot, your mech here. So I'm not gonna mess with that. I'll let you guys mess with this at your leisure. But you can edit all of these different parts. And again, in addition to these parts on the very top, there are sub elements to each part that you can edit. Notice the little yellow highlight there as I'm doing this in the middle of the screen. So you can edit different. There's just yeah. I don't think I need to say anymore. I mean, just the amount of customization here is ridiculous. There's weapons, something similar going on here. There's like melee weapons, there's ranged weapons, energy, rockets, some things I haven't even gotten to yet, energy launchers. But on the left-hand side, you can adjust the sockets. So there's the center grip, the 0 here. And I can choose between different paint sub-elements there. As you can see in the middle of the screen, I'm highlighting different parts of that grip. Again, I can select the style, edit style, copy, replace. If I want to change the sword itself, again, there's different sub-elements to that. I can select style, adjust what color I want on those sub-elements in particular. So yeah, each of these you can do that with. There's also these damage properties up here, but I've not unlocked them yet. Speaking of which, let's get to that. So tuning, I'll get back to tuning. There's development under the operations menu. There's 3 tech trees, so to speak. There's engine, there's OS, and architect. And as you play these missions, you're going to be earning credits, and you're going to be earning various resources like verse steel, mixed composition, whatever. Look on the bottom left-hand corner. It says there, development require 1 verse steel, 1 mixed composition, credit 1,000. On the left, you can see the effects. So you're going to be coming here to increase the capabilities of your mech across 3 different tech trees. I like my health and being tanky for survival purposes, so I've started on the OS tree. I went ahead and took this Shields 1. Okay, I spent some of my credits and some of my materials on research, or on Shields 1 rather. Now with that in mind, that's where your tuning menu comes into play. This is where you go to equip these things. So there's engine, OS, architect, the same 3 trees that we just saw. So OS, here's my Shields 1 that I just unlocked. So you're going to come here and put modules that you've unlocked into this location. And there's it looks like there's other operating systems or OSs that you'll be able to choose as you play the game. Again, I've only been playing for 40 minutes, and most of that time was customizing my mech, so there's a lot more that I probably haven't seen yet. But just keep in mind, you'll be able to unlock stuff in the development tree, then come to this tuning area and add various upgrades to your mech. Okay? There's missions, multiplayer, archive, photograph. I've not tried multiplayer, but there's co-op missions and PvP according to the tooltip along the bottom there. I'm going to click on that real quick. Oh, in development. Okay, so I guess it's not a thing yet. Under mission. So the characters in this game are very... I don't watch a whole lot of anime, but to be their anime, you've got these... The women are clothed, yes, but they're unusually large-chested. so it's just a style, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and play Mission 2. I just completed it, and this will give me a chance to play it again. There's easy, normal, hard, and very hard. We'll just do it on easy, and then hit start. I can show you the controls this way without worrying too much about dying. Okay.
Mission start.
So yeah, there's Readme, as you can see. I wasn't lying. So 1, 2, and 3 switches between your various weapons. 1 is your melee, 2 and 3 are your ranged weapons. Bottom left-hand corner, the blue bar is your shield, the yellow bar is your health, and then the yellow bar below that is your boost ability. You're going to use your left shift to zoom around the map like that. Now again, with the auto lock system, the computer would just automatically lock on to various targets, no matter which, regardless of which one I wanted. You can hit F to manually lock on though. So if you like locking onto things but don't like auto lock, just hit F to lock on to what you're looking for, and then you'll sort of like focus your camera on it. But if you don't like that and you want to attack multiple targets, just turn it off and just get out of there, come back in, bam, do that. If you want to see some gunplay, you can hold right mouse button and start shooting. So your second gun, your number 2 key, uses ammo, and your number 3 gun uses energy, which seems to regenerate automatically. Although these enemies will drop pickups, so you'll be able to get more weapon or more ammo and the like. So you're not going to be out completely, should you run out. Okay, so that was it for that. Hold in an F to investigate this. It's just part of my mission. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next area. Combat admittedly takes some getting used to. Sometimes I'll find myself hitting thin air when I don't mean to, but... I still find combat a little clunky, but again, I haven't been playing for very long. It's not as fluid as it could be, but I will say that there are times when I was fighting the boss on this level that I was like really enjoying it. The ability to kite around, to zoom around like this and kite him, it was a lot of fun. I will say that your mech's boosters makes the game like 15 times more enjoyable, in my opinion. Alright, there we go. Alright, so here's the boss for this level. I enjoy the boss battle. This guy's pretty decent. I'm going to start bringing out my gun for this. You can see that he has certain weak points that you can target. Woo, that was close. And finally, there we go. Even on easy, it was pretty tough.
Mission clear.
Okay, so there's a 30-second wait. This is one thing I would wish I could skip. If you can skip it, I don't know how. But yeah, just waiting here for 20 seconds to pick up stuff. I've already picked everything up. So I wish the computer would just say, you know what, it looks like he's got everything. Let's just end the mission now. But unfortunately, I have to wait. And I can't go back either. Okay, so I earned some credits, I earned some materials. And from here, I can go back to my development menu and possibly pick some other things up and make my mech even stronger. I do like the fact that you can replay prior levels and grind out materials that you'll need for future missions. That's kind of cool. Again, this is early access, so I don't want to spend too much time on this as, you know, the game will be developed further at some point. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.